War. War never changes. What will be the conflict that has the biggest impact on our generation? Afghanistan? Maybe World War III in Iran, you say? No. It's the most epic war of all time. The war between gamers. The console war. What side do you fight for? The good? The evil? Or maybe somewhere in between? Well, in this video I wanted to give my reasons for choosing PlayStation over Nintendo and, of course, over the Xbox. A lot of my friends own Xbox One and seem to legitimately not understand why I have a PS4, so maybe this will help clear the air. I'll try not to sound like too much of a fanboy and give credit to Xbox and Switch where their credit is due. To start, let's look at PlayStation versus Xbox. There's the smaller things like I think the home screens are more user-friendly on PlayStation, the base PS4 is stronger than the base Xbox One, blue's cooler than green, and on and on. But the real actual important point that PlayStation has that blows Xbox out of the water is exclusives. The list of PlayStation exclusives destroys Xbox exclusives, plain and simple. Xbox might have Gears of War and Halo, which apparently hasn't been that great since 3, and I'll have to admit, it's a loss for us PlayStation players, but PlayStation has so much more. The Last of Us, Uncharted, Horizon, Death Stranding, God of War, the list goes on. And on top of all that, the ability to add PSVR. Why do you buy a video game console? To play games. So why choose the console that has access to less good games? The one argument that I used to get a lot that actually made sense was they bought an Xbox because everyone else had an Xbox. Back in high school, this did make a lot of sense to me because I had a PS3 while most of my other friends had an Xbox 360, and it did suck not being able to play with them. But I still had a great time with the PS3 exclusives. Also, let's get real. Who plays anything other than COD or Fortnite online these days? And both of those games are cross-platform.
I blame Eric Morris. Hey, yo! Hey, how y'all Xbox niggas like getting fucking smoked, my nigga?
So, really to me, it just doesn't make sense to side with Xbox over PlayStation anymore. Now for PlayStation versus Nintendo, which seems like the less inflammatory subjects, but the more interesting one to me. Before the PS3 came out, the only consoles I ever played on were Nintendo. I grew up loving Nintendo games. I was playing SNES and Nintendo 64 before I knew how to even read or talk properly. And then the Wii U came out, and I was no longer on the Nintendo train. And with the Switch, there's some great games I really feel like I am missing out on. Mario Odyssey, Mario Maker, The Legend of Zelda, Smash, Mario Kart, all great games that I miss being able to play the franchises of. I think the Switch really shot itself in the foot with the whole mobility of the console. I actually do like the motion controls, but the whole being able to play on a rooftop with your friends or on a train, it's just not really appealing to me. The mobility of the console restricts it and makes it feel almost like it's part of the older generation of consoles. You can play Skyrim on it or a downgraded version of Doom, but you can't have access to third-party games like Red Dead 2 or Fallout 4. Imagine if the Switch was just as powerful as the PS4 and Xbox One and had access to all those current third-party games. Maybe it would have been more of a competition between PS4 and Switch. Or, I don't know, maybe it would have been a console too similar to the other two and would have been lost in the competition. Who knows? But I do think Switch has a lot of potential still, with franchises like Metroid Prime, and even though Nintendo slaughtered my favorite franchise ever, Star Fox, with the Wii U, I still hope that it'll have a revival on the Switch. Seeing those two games added to its lineup might be enough to convince me to buy the Switch in the future. But for now, I still think that the PS4 has the best lineup of games available to players, making it the best choice, for me at least. Well, that's my perspective on the console war. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I think it would actually be interesting to hear the perspective of an Xbox fan. Thanks for watching, and if you stuck around this long, please consider liking and subscribing. See you next time.